Now, are you a fan of wearable technology?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've had a few experts in here. Some not a fan. Some really excited to see what happens with wearable technology this year. Our in-house technology journalist, Duncan, he actually says he thinks wearable technology is going to die out and he's waiting for implant technology.
Wow.
Do you agree with him, or do you think he's kind of off the rails there?
Wow. As long as I can change it, like I wouldn't, you see, like as a super geek, I suppose if they offered me like a memory chip upgrade to my brain, you know, that would be like, oh, you need to upgrade to like version 3.0.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't mind like a SD card slot in my ear or something. But no, I think it's kind of comforting to like at some point remove the technology and take it off. And I mean, as far as wearable tech goes, you know, this is engineering, this is engineering, this is technology. You know, it's just levels of sophistication. So of course you'll get like steampunk people that are like kind of want to kick it super old school, but it's cool. That'll be like a sect of society. For me, it's completely understandable that we're going to have different items that we wear every day are going to offer us different conveniences, you know, whether it be rings or clothing. I mean, for example, clothing, think about something being smart like this. It doesn't necessarily have to have a screen, but it could offer you things like hydration data, temperature data, when it needs to be washed. Like, come on, Dave, it's been 2 days now.
Do you need that kind of information?
I do. No, I'm joking, I don't.
So you're a fan of wearable technology?
Definitely, yeah, I am.
Now, Google Glass didn't really take off here in South Africa.
Yeah.
Why?
No, it's nerdy, man, and it's expensive, and it's not. I mean, it isn't quite ready for prime time yet. But I mean, I think that early stages of technology. I mean, if you consider it's kind of like a beta test version of these things, and it's early days. It's in the same way that Microsoft released their tablet 10 years before Apple did. You know, in fact, we saw early prototypes of the iPad in 1964.
So what took them so long?
Yeah, so society takes time. They say that the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed yet.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that it's oftentimes also like silly things that have nothing to do with technology, like people don't want to look like dorks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
I
think like when that becomes more normal,
I
then
can understand that.
Exactly.
Now, I mean, the ideas have been around for a long time with these sci-fi films, and we're seeing a lot of the stuff. We saw a lot of the stuff we're talking about now years ago. So is it just that we are not ready for that technology? We're ready maybe to watch it in a movie, but not ready to use it?
Yeah, I mean, it really is that. I mean, I think that it's cultural. So there's going to be pockets of people. You're always going to have people that want things to be proven before they'll adopt it. But that said, it's difficult to predict how quickly things will take on. I mean, like, for example, I mean, a lot of people in technology are familiar with the timelines for things to reach 10 million users or 50 million users, I think is the common number. And like, I'm making these numbers up, by the way, but it's just for, but like, no, but it's kind of like, but I mean, the point still stands. It took something like 50 years for the telephone or for the radio to reach 50 million users, and it took like, you know, another 50 years for telephone to do it, and then it took like 10 years for the PC and 5 years for the iPhone, and then it took like 5 minutes for, you know, Angry Birds or Snapchat or something like that. You know, these basically it's just showing how when you see those things, and I must remember to memorize all of those numbers, but the point is that the speed at which technologies reach 50 million plus users is getting quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker, and that's, once again, it speaks to the idea that we've got an accelerating rate of change.
Now, we went through Kaspersky Labs' predictions for 2045. I want to know what your predictions are for 2015.
Thanks for the warning for 2015. For 2015. So, well, let me just keep it local in South Africa. So we've got a trend that's been bubbling for a long time, and that's the sub 500 rand cell phone. But if you combine that, and that's obviously really important. I mean, the sub 500 rand smartphone. But if you combine it with a lot of the cool work that's being done by local organizations like Project Isizwe to bring Wi-Fi on a municipal and public level for free to people, and Santako, the taxi association, to bring Wi-Fi to ordinary computers sitting in taxis, I think that we're going to see an explosion this year of people getting connected to the internet for the first time, and that then has massive implications for things like service delivery, rates and taxes, voting. So for me, this year really is a turning point because of because of those two things. So, you know, we've already got mainstream media in South Africa talking about things like WhatsApp and Facebook, and that's creating a huge demand for ordinary South Africans, even the most far-flung corners of our country, to get onto these technologies. So I think that this year is the year when geek is the new normal.
Dave, thank you for joining me. How can people follow you online and geek out with you?
At Dave Duarte is fine. At Dave Duarte, or my company's website is treeshake.com.